Hello guys, we're from group 7. So today we're gonna discuss about corruption and business activities. But before we get started, let's meet our members. In today's discussion, we will discuss about the definition, cause, and types of corruption. Also, the case study of corruption in local company. And then, the case study of corruption in international company.
So the first material is the definition of corruption. Corruption comes from the Latin word corrumpere, that means rotten, broken, shaken, turned around, and break. While according to the Transparency International, corruption is the behavior of public officials, both politicians or politicals, and civil servants who unfairly and illegally enrich themselves or enrich those close to them by abusing the public power that being entrusted to them, whereas in the Big Indonesian Dictionary, corruption literally means bad damage, like to use the goods such as money that being entrusted to him or them. So the second material is the cause of the corruption. The first cause is in an individual aspect. There are 7 individual aspects of corruption. The first one are human greed. It is possible that people who commit corruption are people whose income is high enough, even if it is excessive compared to their daily needs. The second one are the less strong morals facing temptation. Someone who is not morally strong tends to be more easily compelled to committing corruption because of temptation. The third one are insufficient income for reasonable living needs. If it turns out that his income cannot meet his normal living needs, then inevitably he has to look for additional income to meet his living needs. The fourth one are urgent needs of life. Urgent needs such as family needs, they need to pay off debts, they need to finance their child schooling, expensive medicine, and also etc. The fifth one are consumptive lifestyle. The consumptive lifestyle is big in big cities encourage a person to be able to own luxury cars, luxurious house, expensive clothes, expensive entertainment, and so on. The sixth one are lazy or don't want to work hard. Another possibility is that people who commit corruption are people who want to get a lot of things right away, but are lazy to work hard and increase to their income. And the last one are religious teaching not applied properly. The perpetrators of corruption in general are religious people. They understand the teaching of the religion which prohibits corruption, but in the reality they also commit corruption.
Organizational aspect. First, lack of exemplary leader. In an organization, its leader, both formal and informal, will be role models for every member or person affiliated with the organization. Second, no true organizational culture. Organizational culture or culture will usually have a very strong influence on the members of the organization, especially on their habits, perspective, and attitudes in dealing with a situation. Inadequate accountability system in government agencies. In an organization where each organizational unit has predetermined goals to be achieved, then every use of its resource is always associated with the goals to be achieved. Fourth, weakness in the management control system. In organizations where management control is weak, more employees will commit corruption than in an organization where management control is strong. And the last one is management tends to cover up corruption within the organization in general. The management of organization where corruption occurs is reluctant to help disclose the corruption, even though the corruption does not involve them at all.
So the next one is type of corruption. The first one is transactive corruption, refer to the mutual agreement between the giver and the receiver for the benefit of both parties. The second one is extortive corruption, indicates coercion on the part of the giver to bribe in order to prevent harm that is certain themselves, their interest, or other thing of value. The next one is investive corruption, giving of goods or services without any direct link to a particular benefit. Nepotistic corruption, the unauthorized appointment of a friend or relative to a government position. Defensive corruption, victims of corruption by blackmail. Autogenic corruption, corruption committed by an individual alone. The last one is supportive corruption. Corruption that is done to strengthen existing corruption.
Next is case study about bribery in PT Garuda Indonesia. The alleged corruption case occurred at a state-owned airline, PT Garuda Indonesia Persero. This is based on the audit result of the Financial and Development Supervisory Agency regarding the procurement of Garuda aircraft for 2011 until 2021 submitted by the Attorney General Office, Kejagung. Attorney General S.T. Burhanuddin said the corruption crime which cost the state 8.8 trillion rupiah involved two new suspects, namely the President Director of PT Garuda Indonesia in 2005 until 2014, Emersia Satar, aka ES, and the former main director PT Mugi Rekso Abadi, Sutikno Sudarjo, aka SS. Fundamental law of this case violates Pasal 2 Ayat 1 Junto Pasal 18 Undang-Undang RI Nomor 31 Tahun 1999 regarding the eradication of criminal acts of corruption as amended by Undang-Undang RI Nomor 20 Tahun 2001 about changes above Undang-Undang RI Nomor 31 Tahun 1999 on corruption eradication Junto Pasal 55 Ayat 1 ke 1 KUHP.
The final verdict sentenced prison terms against each of the defendants for 4 years and paid a fine of 500 million rupiah each, subsidiary of 3 months in prison. Siemens paid bribes to obtain business deals such as the design and construction of metro transit lines in Venezuela, power plants in Israel, and refineries in Mexico, mobile phone networks in Bangladesh, national identity card in Argentina, and medical device in Vietnam, China, and Russia. Sim earned more than $1.1 billion in profits on this and several other transactions.
Next is fundamental of this case. Siemens violated several sections. The laws that Siemens has violated are Section 30A of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 by making illicit payments. Second is Section 13B to B of the Exchange Act by failing to have adequate internal controls. And the last one is Section 13B to A of the Exchange Act by improperly recording payments. So, the final verdict on the bribery scandal of Siemens is Siemens agreed to pay $1.37 billion in fines and disgorgement to settle charges with the SEC, the U.S. Department of Justice, and the Office of the Prosecutor General in Munich. Okay, that's all about our discussion. So, thank you guys for your attention and have a good day.